Peace and blessings is real. First and foremost, I want to take this time and give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahushua. And I hope you sincere brothers and sisters is edified by this word. And the name of the lesson is called, Your Enemies Are in Your Own Household, including your wife and children, man. Let me say it again. Your enemies are in your own household, including your wife and children. That's a cold-blooded title, man. I mean, just the title alone to let you understand and know where we're going with this, man. You know, in the ancient times, man, having a true household was noble. It was expected. It was, it was your way of honoring, Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahushua. Your whole household, man, that's a beautiful thing. When you have husband, wife, and the children. But today, in a lot of the so-called Israelite households, the husband and wives and the children are all not together, man. It's usually the mother and the children. Okay, most of the time it's the mother and the children. It's rare that it's the father and the children, But in this word, we're going to deal with the Israelites where the husband, wife, and children are all together in that house, man. And typically, when you find a house where it's structured with the husband and wife and children, you would think that would be a nice household. You would think that would be a very good situation, right? But what you're going to find out in this word, that those that's in your household, okay, are your enemies, man. Okay? What you see on the screen is considered an enemy, considered a foe, considered an adversary, right? This same individual you see on the screen is the same person that's in your house. Right. Let me say it again. You see the person on the screen, all right? This is a beautiful example of an enemy. Okay, this is a beautiful example of a foe, an adversary. Okay? What you're going to find out in this lesson, this individual is not only an enemy, but this is an enemy that lives in the same house you live in. This is not a stranger. This is not somebody randomly walking around the neighborhood looking to get in trouble. No, this individual on the screen is a member of your own household, man, which is who your enemies is, man. And we're going to deal with this in Matthew chapter 10, verses 34 through 36. And these are the words of Yahushua, you dig? In Matthew 10 and 34, it says, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword." Check that out, man. Now, everybody, contrary to where everybody think, people thought Yahushua was all about love and peace and harmony and things of that nature, But here he lets you know this is dealing with the sword of the gospel, you see. And what you're going to find out is the live and the jive when it comes to the gospel in the household, man. It says, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace. I came not to have the households in harmony, have the households on a concord." No, he didn't come for that. He come, but it says, but a sword. Okay, what sword is he talking about? The sword that he's talking about is an instrument for war that's tailor-made for strife, that's tailor-made for beef, drama, and fighting. And that sword, okay, is there to destroy all levels of peace. And that sword is also there to cut off rebellion and disobedience. And most importantly, that sword is there to cut throughout the family, man. Ain't gonna be no harmony. Ain't gonna be no concord, man. It's gonna be straight drama. You see, straight drama. Yahushua bringing straight drama to the household. In verse 35, what do it says? For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Check that out, man. So he didn't come to bring harmony and concord in the household. Okay? He came to shake things up, man. Yahushua came to cause problems amongst the households, to separate the live and jive, to find out who's real and who's fake, man, when it comes to living by the doctrine of Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahushua. You see that? The main thing in verse 35, it says, for I am come to set man at variance. Okay, in other words, he's come to bring division in that household, dispute, disagreement, controversy, baby. Okay, he's going to cause separation from the spiritual versus the worldly, those that cannot have union with one another in the household, man. So whoever you are, whether the wife and daughter, whether it's the man and his father, whether it's the daughter-in-law and mother-in-law, whatever it is, whoever on the side of Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahushua, you're going to be bumping heads with those that's worldly, man. Yeah. It's cold-blooded, man. Your enemy is none other someone that's in your household. That's cold, man. Your household, y'all supposed to be a tight unit. Everybody trusts one another. The household, no doubt, you're all on one accord. You're supposed to be. It's out when you in your daily walks of life is you have to worry about enemies. You know, those on your job or wherever you at, you know, you come to expect enemies that way. But you see this person on the screen, this would be someone that would be an enemy in the world. But like I said, what you're going to find out, this dude with that pistol in his hand, that's looking like the ultimate adversary, this same individual is a member of your household, man. This is going to be what your foe look like. Someone in your own house, man. And we're going to bring it out one more time, Matthew 10, verses 34 through 35. And we're going to close it out in verse 36, man. In Luke chapter 10, in Luke chapter 12, verses 49 through 53, you can catch up with this same story of Yahushua speaking in regards to the sword of the gospel. But we're going to stay in Matthew chapter 10, verses 34 and 35. And we're going to close it out in verse 36, man. In Matthew 10, verse 34, Yahushua say, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. Verse 35, for I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Okay, he came to bring variance, man. We already told you what variance is. Dispute, controversy, disagreement, division, man. And the point is in verse 36 of Matthew chapter 10. And it says, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household. A man's foe, a man's adversary, a man's enemy, a man's hostile opposition is going to be someone of his own household, man. Check that out, man. That's cold-blooded, man. That's cold-blooded, man. I hope you sincere brothers and sisters was edified by this word. And please understand, those that's in the household, if you're an Israelite brother that have a wife and children at home with you, just believe, man, if y'all not all on the same accord when it comes to the doctrine of Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahushua, and you caught up in the world instead, hey, Yahushua gonna weed you out, man. He's gonna separate the lie from the jive, man. Yeah. So at the end of the day, man, your enemy is not the one that's in the street. Your enemy is not the one that's in your normal walks of life. No. Nah, man. Your enemy is going to be somebody right in your house, man. That's cold-blooded, man. That's cold-blooded. Once again, what's the name of the lesson, man? Your enemies are in your own household, which includes your wife and children, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's cold. And once again, man, as we get ready to close out this word, hey, what you see on the screen is considered an enemy. This is someone that you would expect to encounter if you out in the streets. If you out and about, the likeliness is you're more likely to run into run into a person like this in the streets. And that could be on chance. It can be by chance or just coincidental, whatever you want to call it. Okay, this is someone that you would normally encounter in your walks of life. But like I said, in this word, you're gonna find out, no. This person right here is someone more than likely that's gonna be a member of your household, man. Cold-blooded, man. Cold-blooded. Once again, I hope you sincere brothers and sisters was edified by this word, and we give all praises, glory, and honor. All right, through Yahweh, through its only begotten Son, Yahushua, man. That's cold, man. Shalom.